All right, welcome back. Episode 6 with our Microsoft Flight Simulator NeoFly career mode. So we landed in Mexico and we got some hull repairs to do, or actually we already did them, I think. Let's check. So for the log, yeah, so the hull repairs, we had to repair the 330 for our pilot Hurricane. We paid $21,565 in order to do that. We saw it coming. We dropped down to like 70%. So for this plane, not the DA62, the 330, the hull dropped down to like 79% or so. So we figured we would repair it, keep it in good condition. So we're gonna see what we can do. They are all up in the air right now. So we got Snoopy is up in the air. I think she's up towards headed to Nevada. Berlin is somewhere in Florida, and Hurricane is actually flying to the Cayman Islands. So that should be interesting. We're going to see what we can find out for us. Actually, I don't know why I keep moving it away. So for us, we're going to try to figure out a flight plan. So it doesn't look like there's too much going on in Mexico. There's some ad stuff, but our plane is not equipped for that, so that's not going to work. I'm going to try to keep something within reasonable distance here. We may fly over to KFHU, which is in New Mexico, I think. Or is that still Arizona? That is a passenger trip. Or no. We'll do Silver City. Where was that one? Is this thing sorted? Oh, that's 134 miles away. Alright, so we'll click on this one possibly. 82 nautical miles away. This one's going past Tucson again, opposite direction of the way we want to go. So it seems like KFHU is our reasonable bet here. So short flight. On this one, this is what we'll do. So we're going to move this over. We're going to slide our nav map over here. So we got MMNG is where we're actually currently at. So we're gonna fly to KFHU, set that as our destination. That is Sierra Vista Municipal, which is there. So we are flying northeast here. So we're gonna select hopefully 34 as our departure. We're gonna keep it as a VFR to try to keep ATC at a minimal. And we're gonna land in runway 08. So that is our departing thing here. Our top elevation down here is 6,160 feet. So we'll go 1,000 over that. 7,100. We'll export this to Microsoft. Very small airport that we're in, so I don't know, we'll just pick parking 5. That should put us anywhere near it. So we're done with that. We will load that into here. Alright, Sierra Vista Municipal. So 46 nautical miles. It looks like we got some hilly mountain terrain to look at, so that should be entertaining at least. We're going to check our conditions here. We got live weather, which is fine. And we'll do real time. So live weather, live time. And then we'll go back into NeoFly. We're going to... Oh, no, you don't... Not enough cargo remaining. Interesting. Do I already have a flight plan planned out? No, I do not. So why do I not have enough for that? Oh, because that's 3 passengers. Alright. So let's redo this. Let's see what we got. Maybe we can do something else and stay in Mexico. Alright. So it was saying that we could not... Oh, no. There it is. So KF HU, we'll accept that. Alright, I don't know. A little glitchy, I guess. Either that or I'm too tired. So we accepted the job, we'll take off.
Hello, pilot. Let's see what's on the books for you today.
It's because I only half planned this trip out.
Good day, pilot. We have a lot of excited passengers ready to board today. Let me know when you are ready for them.
So we got a passenger trip.
The passengers are ready to board. I hope you have plenty of room. It looks like they have gone crazy at the duty-free shop.
Nice. We're going to get an automated semi-manual startup going.
Transporter from dispatch. Everyone is on board. Let's go.
Start our engines up. Holding the battery test. Alright, we're gonna see where we're at in relation to the runway here. Alright, they don't really have a taxiway. Taxiway goes right into the middle of the runway. Alright, so we're good there. We're going to move down, we're going to remove this, we're going to make sure our taxi lights are on and our pitot heat. We're going to turn on our navigation. Parking brake is off. And we're going to increase the throttle a little bit. To get some movement. Try to go around that guy as best we could. We're moving at a pretty good clip there. Let's hit the brakes. Alright, we need to go to the left a little bit. There's no actual taxiway. It's a small airport. But I think we got enough to clear the runway Oh gosh, I'm nervous to do that. Let's give us a little more room. We'll head down the runway and then turn around to give us a little more room to navigate. And as we do that, we're going to adjust our heading. I can't see. I wish I can get rid of that. A little more, a little less. All right, and we set our heading to 7100. That'll be close enough. All right, we're gonna do a little U-turn. This should be good enough to get some lift off here. Hopefully we don't damage our plane. Alright, so we already announced our takeoff for the runway. I'm just going to get actually back on the runway. And now we're full throttle. Alright. Alright, we're at minimum speed for lift. Runways go up and down like that. So we're gonna wait to the end of it. I'm glad we kind of went off to the other side of the runway there. So give us a little more room here to clear these trees that we saw in the last
Have a
one.
great flight. It's a beautiful time to fly.
Alright. So now we are up and going. Got that little mountain there. I didn't mean to do that. We got GPS on. We got FLC on. Should be able to pull off on the throttle. Is this not on? That's on. Alright, there we go. We're cruising. Alright, so we got 39 seconds to the next waypoint. RPM check is good at 2510. Fuel is good for a short trip. Vacuum's good. Oil pressure, oil temp, good. Sitting at 4,800 feet. We're going to make our turn. Very populated area here. We'll get an outside view of that. So that's 150 right here. Very nice scenery in the desert. I've been enjoying the desert flights in Arizona, New Mexico, and now in Mexico, but we're going to be crossing over the border. As we go here, so nice little area, real time, real weather. It's looking pretty nice over here now. We have a little look-see down at Nogales in Mexico. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Nogales? I don't know. See if we can zoom in and see if we can pinpoint anything out here. So there's another road that goes this way. I'm looking at the map. And then there's going to be another ribbon of road, which is 15, that we're going to be flying over. That's going to be this one that's coming into view. Or no. Yeah. That's right. Check on the RPM, 2480, okay. We're full throttle, still climbing to 7,000 feet. We're at 26. Holding decent airspeed. Trim is a little high, but that'll reduce once we level out. We're holding 68 knots, which is pretty slow at the moment, but we're getting there. We can actually hold altitude, we'll level out, get our speed increased a little bit. We'll get out of that white area, reduce our trim. Try to get up to at least 110. I think that's what the cruising altitude speed here, or the cruising speed is in relation to this altitude for the Cessna 172. So our next waypoint is in 14 minutes. And as I'm flying, I'm trying to think of some home bases as we build up some money. So far with the other pilots, let's see if they have landed yet. They have not. They're still in cruising speed. But we are sitting at $521,000 in our career so far, everything minus expenses. So looking at the financials, so far in total, we've earned 1.2 million. And our total expenses, where is our total expenses here? Actually, I'm going to look at the full P&L. That would help. So 1.2 in revenue. On the books, or on the P&L, our total expenses were $506,000, and we also have $207,000 in deposits that we sent out for. So I'm going to turn this back on. I'm going to drop our target speed down to about 90 to get up and over those mountains. So not too bad so far. So basically $713,000 spent of that 1.2 million, but we got 207 on deposit that as long as nobody crashes their plane, we'll get back. Alright, some nice mountain views coming up. Get some different angles. So we're in the Skyhawk, Cessna Skyhawk 172. We're in Mexico. Have we crossed the border yet? Let's turn the maps off. We have crossed the border, so we're in the United States once again. See if I can figure out what state we're in. I have no idea what state we're currently in, but we're going to KFHU. So key that into my spreadsheet. Should have a lookup. Just got to drag the formulas down. All right, that is in Arizona. And it's a medium airport. So we will see what that looks like. And the distance that we're looking at is 41 nautical miles. So we're going from Nogales Airport to Sierra Vista Municipal Airport, Liberty Army Airfield. So it's got two names to it. So a nice little mountain ridge here. This is the top peak of our flight here. This is why we set our flight plan to 7,100 feet. Check my RPMs, 2,700, because we're still full throttle. I'm going to reduce that a little bit so we don't get into the red on the RPMs and overstress the engine. So we are in southern Arizona here. We're going to try to make our way to Cancun if we can. So with the home base, I mean, something, I don't know. Do we want a water view, a mountain view? Or do we just want to keep flying around? That is the question. But it's expensive to build the home base, so we got a little time to decide. I also have to figure it out. All right, looking forward on our flight plan, 5,600. So I'm going to drop our elevation down to 6,600. And we can get a little closer to the ground. Should be good. Turn that on. We're going to reduce our throttle. So we got to watch our speed. Once we level out, we can increase our throttle back up. Nice little smooth elevation change. Alright, we are looking at 10 minutes to landing, 4 minutes to our approach. looking at our map here, so we're currently here, this little mountain ridge, the airport sits right on the other side of that. So looking here, we're going to fly straight just past this and then make a right before this mountain range and come into a landing here. It's going to be 5 nautical miles once we make the turn to the airport. So we will prepare for landing there. The runway sits at 4,630 feet. So 5,600 is probably our target. We can probably reduce this down a little more, but we'll take a little slower descent down to it, just so that we can clear the mountains there. We won't even have to reduce our throttle. Just watching our RPMs, 55 or 2580. We're still in FLC mode. That'll switch to Alt. Probably, there you go. Alright, so we're going to come up through this. Airport's going to be on the right. We got plenty of elevation to clear these hills. And if we're sitting at 6,000, we're 1,400 feet above the runway. Our target will be 1,000 feet above the runway, so another 400 feet. We're in alt, so we're going to get that prepared to... We'll do 5577, that's fine. Once we pass that hill, we don't want to run into that. Alright, so we got our elevation set, but we haven't activated it yet. We're still in alt mode. Once we switch over to FLC mode, that's when that'll drop. And I'll increase that little blue chip to get to maybe about 115. We're going to find KFHU. We're going to tune to the tower. And we're going to request a full stop landing.
Liberty Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is 13 miles west, 6,100 feet with Oscar to land.
Hopefully they give us runway number 8.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Liberty Tower. Altimeter 30.17 with 101 and 4. Main Street and runway 8.
Alright, altimeter.
Runway 8 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
Altimeter is 3017, so I'm going to update our altimeter here because we're sitting at 2992 just for the air pressure in the atmosphere. Do they give us clear for land or no? No, make straight, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so they'll contact us probably. We'll see. We are sitting at 2 minutes before our approach turn. We're going to be landing right into that little valley. The other mountain range, if we can see it, we can't from there, but we can from here. So we just passed over that. The runway is going to be somewhere over there. That was that mountain range that we were looking at in the cockpit. So very desolate area, not too populated. All right, 1 minute 22 seconds. So we're gonna, really at this point we can start reducing our altitude. We got plenty of clearance. I'll get ready for the hold button just in case. So what's our altitude here? 4,800. Yeah, we'll be all right. Everything's fine. Famous last words. Alright, we're kind of skimming the ground here a little bit, but I don't know. Give you a nice view of the ground. We haven't heard the 500 warning yet. Oh, the airport's right in front of us.
Delta Golf Sierra Alpha, wind 101 at 4.
Alright,
Clear to land runway 8.
the direction was off apparently.
Clear to land runway 8 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
Alright, so we got clear to land runway number 8 sitting right there. And we're pretty coasting through the ground. Only thing left to do now is reduce our speed down to 85. And then we're going to introduce some flaps, about 10 degrees on our wing. Alright, we're at 85. That's the safe speed to deploy our flaps. We're going to increase our throttle again to counteract the drag that creates. Get our speed up just a little bit and our nose pointed down just a touch. Alright, I'm going to turn autopilot off. Take control. Set my view. We got our beacon light over here. Green light indicates that we're in a safe descent rate. So the wind is 3 knots from right to left. We're going to reduce our throttle a little more. Speed's 93 knots. And we're going to pick up a little more speed because I'm going to pitch down. You can see the tower over there. I'm trying not to get distracted by looking at the airport. Huge runway here, so we got plenty of time. I'm looking at that second runway to the right. See if we can grab that one. Speed 85 knots, reducing speed, or reducing throttle. Pointing down, gonna pitch up, nose up, throttle off.
Nice landing, pilot.
Alright, so we are down.
Taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, turn into taxiway.
Alright, we made our taxiway that we saw on the approach. Hit the brakes a little bit. And we'll take a look at this airport, see what this looks like. Alright, there's the tower. I just needed to be patient.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, contact ground on 121.7.
Alright, so we are out off the runway. Gonna find that. Gonna contact ground.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, acknowledge last transmission.
I did. I'm getting there.
1.7 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha. Goodbye. Landing ground Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha taxi to parking.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Lima.
I should have left that up.
Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Lima Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
Alright, we're cruising. And we're gonna find the parking spot here. Alright, we will go right here. Right next to the other Cessna. Alright, parking brake set. Engine off.
Transporter.
Alternator off, battery off. And we are good to go there. So, currently sitting back in the States, in Arizona. We'll see what kind of jobs we can get and move forward. Looks like Snoopy is coming in, landing at approaching her destination, which is, where is she flying to? KFLX.
Transporter from dispatch. Disembarkation completed. Thank you. See you
And
soon for another mission.
And those two are going. So, currently sitting at 5:26 after that flight.
Let's go.
So appreciate you tuning in. Maybe we're gonna try to do another live one a little later today, and since it's the weekend, and we will see what we can do. So once again, guys, appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.